Welcome back to City on a Hill Gaming, a tabletop RPG actual play podcast. To find out more, visit us online at cityonahillgaming.com or follow us on Twitter at cityonahillgame. We hope you enjoy our show. Welcome back to City on a Hill Gaming. I am your narrator, Ryan, and it is time. It's time for something, and it's going to be something very different for us. A, new people. B, new gaming. I'm holding up numbers on my hands and saying letters. Okay, that's fine. B, new gaming system. C, new concept. And D, new full-length podcast, which is weird for us. We've never done two simultaneous campaigns before, but we're going to do it anyway. We've never played Pathfinder before, but we're going to do it anyway. And we've never used an actual structured campaign module on City on a Hill, and, well, daggum, we're going to do it anyway. So, this is session 0 for our Kingmaker campaign, played through Pathfinder's 2nd edition rules set. Kingmaker is one of Pathfinder's more well-known campaigns from the fine folks over at Paizo. I have played 1st edition Kingmaker a long time ago. And I want to play Kingmaker again, so we're going to play Kingmaker now. And to help me want to play Kingmaker now, well, let me introduce the majority of our party. We are absent one person for session 0. We will get them in here in the near future. You know him, you love him, he brings all the puns. It's Greg.
Yo!
You know him, you love him, he hates all the puns. It's Cameron.
I have made my stance on puns well known.
It's very well known.
Greg and I have a very tenuous friendship.
It kind of fascinates me how well y'all get along, all things considered, and I'm here for it. You know him, you love him. He will also make some amount of puns. It's Ben.
Hey! It's me.
You know her, you love her, and she puts up with all of Greg's puns. It's Kim.
Hello.
You know her, you love her, and I don't know how she feels about puns, but we'll find out. It's Emma.
I will make puns up without even knowing it.
Perfect. That's normally where most of mine come from. They're mostly accidents.
Those are the best ones.
I'd say I try, but I don't, and that's maybe the problem. I need to try harder not to, for Cameron's sake. And you know him, you love him, and I also don't know how he feels about puns. It's David.
I am a big fan of puns.
Okay, good.
Particularly dad jokes.
I kind of figured you would be, so that's
My
good.
life's going to be very rough.
It's going to be hard. This is Cameron's final episode.
You knew what you were getting
Yes, he did. He knew what he signed up for. Okay, so we will have one more person. David's co-host from the Geek Nation podcast, Matt, will be with us in the future. He's just not with us tonight. And links to everyone's other things in the description down below. Greg, remind me to put links to everything in the description later.
Will do.
I'll forget. Okay, so
you should have. Oh yeah, everybody! Don't forget to send all your various things you would like.
Spam me with the links.
Yeah, all the 500 chats you have, Riot in.
Yes,
just send them to one of them
or all of them. It's fine. I'll find them somewhere. So as this is a session 0,
too.
Yes. As this is a session 0, we will kind of try and meet the characters, figure out what everyone's playing, help them figure out what they're playing if they haven't figured out what they're playing, which is also fine. We'll talk a little bit about the game world, because this is a preset, full, really long module. We will be making some changes, but a lot of it will kind of be predetermined already by the module. If you are familiar with Kingmaker, it is traditionally a 6-book, super long adventure path. It is likely that we will not make our way through all of it because the PDF is like 640 pages long, and that's probably not happening. But we will get through a fair portion of that, and if you were wondering about the name Kingmaker, it is quite literal. The party will be given the opportunity, after a couple of levels, to form their own kingdom. In some shape, form, or fashion, and one of them will be ruler of said kingdom in some shape, form, or fashion. And we'll get there eventually. It takes some interesting twists and turns, and there are some things they have to do first. This is a system, I know we don't normally do this on City, but this is a system that starts with level 1 characters and builds them up from the ground up. So we will begin there, and you know what? Why not begin there literally now? So we'll just go down the list. Tell me your character's name, if you have one. Your character's, what is the Pathfinder word? Heritage?
Heritage and ancestry.
Heritage and ancestry, thank you. If you have one, and your character's occupation / class, if they have one. And because
There's
I know
also background.
Yes, and there's also background, that's true. And because I know he has them, Greg, tell me the things.
I shall be playing Bootsy Ootsy.
I'm upset already. Good start. All right. Okay. Name done.
Yes, he is a snow goblin alchemist.
I have a lot of concerns. Okay.
It's okay. He got his alchemy started by working as a barkeep.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I'm very excited for this character.
I'm very concerned about this character, which is ostensibly the same thing.
More gastro alchemy than.
Yeah, I'm just happy Greg's character is like not a pile of bugs in like an animated form. So like,
wait, were you the one who did that
in a
last
trench
time?
coat.
No, that was for a game that was not for a recording, but
Oh.
in another game a while ago, my character, the race was Swarm. He was a humanoid shape of crickets, just like 500,000 crickets in the shape of a person.
I really
God, I
hate
hate
crickets.
crickets.
Yeah, I don't.
He was
like
a bard.
crickets.
Can
He's
I
a
call
bard.
Oh,
Vale?
because cricket. Good. Yeah. What'd you say,
Can I,
Ben?
can I call Vale on that?
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
want to call Phil on that. We will have a Lines of Vale's discussion later. That may go on the list. Okay.
Yes, this is a relatively
Oh.
normal character.
yeah,
Okay.
There's nothing normal about a humanoid cricket.
Nah.
No, my character I'm playing
Mm-mm.
for this is more normal.
Yeah. Heavy air quotes. All right, Ben, what you got?
Voice incoming, but
Uh-oh.
so TBD on the voice. But I have Grizzernack, the Charhide Goblin, who happens to view himself as a bard.
they view themselves as a bard.
I'm intrigued.
Oh.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Okay. I don't know where else to go with that, so that's good enough.
Pretty sure I know what racial feat you went with.
Spell Grizzerneck for me.
As best as you want to try. Let's see, how did
That's
I do
dangerous.
that? Okay, here we go. Grizarnak or X, depending on the Grizzarnak or
Okay.
Grizzarnak.
Exactly like it's exactly like it sounds.
Exactly like it sounds. Yeah.
or Grizzy, or I mean, he goes by so many names. He's not even sure which one's the right one.
I respect that.
So is the proper name just Hey You?
He also responds to that.
I'm adding some extras to the list for my own volition. Okay. Cool. Fantastic. Cameron, what do you got?
So I am going to be playing Ezek Sharpsider, a Sweet Breath Knoll. My background is Child of the City, and then I am going to be an Inexorable Iron Magus.
And I'm assuming the inexorable iron portion comes at like second or third level.
Oh no, it's there at first
that's
level.
immediate.
We're
Okay.
ready to rock and roll.
All right, bring it on. Here
I
for
got
that.
my great axe. I'm ready to
Great
do all
axe.
of these skills that I may or may not understand how they all tie together. We're
That's
going to find
fine.
out as we get going. There's a lot of
Go
like,
for
do
it.
this or do that. And then you can't do this until you do this other thing. And so
Yeah,
we're going to
Magus
mess
is
it
like
up.
Magus is like a Street Fighter combo as a class for
Yeah.
some reason. If you want to play it that way, so that's exciting. Okay, tell me.
I like how he's inexorably axe wielding.
That's where the iron is in the,
I like it.
Is in the axe.
yeah.
Okay, so is your axe at least in the shape of an E, so there's a little bit of irony?
Hmm.
I'd like to put a veil on that.
Yep. That's gonna be hard now.
If we can veil the bug thing, can I veil puns? Like,
That's fair. But then we don't have a podcast anymore.
Then what's the point?
If you veil puns, we don't really exist. Okay, explain, because we're all frankly a little unfamiliar with Pathfinder. Explain Sweet Breath Knoll to me, specifically the Sweet Breath portion of Sweet Breath Knoll.
okay, so So this is my heritage, and so people that don't know, gnolls are basically hyena folk.
Sick.
They're
Love
like
it.
they're like bipedal hyenas. If you are familiar with like D&D, you have like the tabaxi, which are like cat people.
Right.
A gnoll is a hyena person.
Sick.
And so
Do you want a
so
fun
as
hyena
part
fact?
of this, sorry, what'd you say?
Do you want a fun hyena fact?
Yes.
Always.
They're
didn't-
cat software on dog hardware.
That makes
Okay.
Oh, they are.
perfect sense.
That is the most accurate
Yeah.
description ever.
I've never heard that, but
Okay, I see.
You're
love
welcome.
I kind of dig
This just
that.
became
Okay.
a major part of my character.
Yeah.
Like,
Cat software on
Um,
dog hardware.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mind blown, right?
Love it.
yeah.
Hate it.
So
Both.
Makes perfect sense.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now explain the sweet
So-
breath portion of Sweet Breath Null.
yeah. So sweet breath gnolls are able to use their oddly pleasant breath to entice their prey. They are trained in diplomacy, and then gain a circumstance bonus to make an impression if the target can smell my breath.
So you're an anglerfish.
So it's like legitimately the most like
love
on the
it.
nose name. It's like
I
my
love
breath
it.
smells really good. People like me if they can smell my breath. Like,
I don't know how to process that, so I'm not going to. That information is not going to exist in my brain. That's fine. Wow. Okay, here for it. Oh my goodness. Emma, what do you got?
Hi. Speaking of fun animal facts,
Yes.
I am playing Purpley, the Grizzly druid, wildborn druid. Specifically a sticky toe Grizzly, so I am a frog person. Going off of the weird animal
Yeah.
humanoids.
First Geek
it-
brings the same energy.
yeah.
yeah.
Respect.
We do.
Sticky
And-
toed Gripply. Okay.
Yes, sticky
sounds
toed druid of the Storm Order.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Stormy frog.
So, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. David, what are you thinking, sir?
I have not come up with a character yet.
Okay. Okay, so let's look at, I think, and this is only so important because we can always make adjustments, but let's look at what we've got. We have a bard and a magus and an alchemist and a druid. So things we don't have are really any hit points at all.
Anybody who can survive.
Yeah.
I would say
Anyone who can take any hits after about 2.
Yeah. Me, who's gonna be on the front line with my armor and like
Look,
10 HP.
I played a year-long campaign with a magus, and I was the party tank. It is doable with enough magic items, but you guys are first level and don't have those, so I'd rather not test that theory right away. Kim, what are you thinking, if you are, ma'am?
I was thinking of a character named Finn, who is a cavern elf wizard, maybe,
Okay,
or maybe not.
perhaps.
Who has an interest in geology.
Okay. Oh, that's actually very interesting. Okay. In geology. So again, 0 hit points.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a
Spell
squishy-
spell the name, please.
FYNN.
FYNN. Okay. So David, if at all possible, could you be a tank? Or anything with it doesn't even have to be a tank, just something with more than 6 or 7 starting hit points is really what I'm looking for here.
Yeah. Number one, how dare you?
Hey, I have 16 hit points starting.
I have
Yeah,
19
I'm
hit
sitting
points.
at a solid
Like,
15 HP.
Clearly, Pathfinder gives you more hit points than I realized in 2nd edition.
We're all in the double digits. barely.
Okay, fair enough. But then
I'm
that just means
almost
I'm
20.
doing more damage. So, okay. The more important question: does anyone have an armor class higher than 12?
Mine is 16.
I
Okay,
don't know yet.
Mine is 17.
Mine is 15.
I don't know why the bard is the tank, but the bard is now the tank.
I'm small. I'm small and hard to hit.
His
That's got value.
his
And I'm a big distraction.
ancestry gives it to him.
Oh, sick. Okay, love it. Okay. In general, David, what are you interested in? Because obviously we can work around the other. I'm realizing how squishy this grid. This It's like Overwatch with 6 DPS and 0 tank.
I'm pretty open to
So how
pretty
much
anything at the moment.
you've played some amount of like D&D and style stuff before, correct?
Not a ton, no.
Not a ton. Okay. What have you played before? Like class, in terms of class.
I've done Wizard.
Okay.
I've done, what's the other one I did? I can't remember the other one. I think it's Mage, which essentially
Still essentially the same. Yeah, very similar. Okay.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna ramble off some options: Paladin, Fighter, Barbarian, Ranger. I'm not using the Pathfinder words for these, actually.
I was leaning toward like Ranger, Archer.
Okay. Honestly, every party, I stand by the fact that Ranger is an underplayed class. In most cases. Okay. So let's look at, and this is sort of how session 0 can go, is sometimes people know exactly what they want to do and sometimes they don't. And that is a good opportunity for the listening audience to learn more things. So let's turn to that page in the handbook. And by handbook, I mean jump to that page in the PDF.
Yeah, I literally was just going to look for that.
let's look at some rangery things. Page 166 in the 4th edition printing of the handbook of the core rulebook. Oh, it's dude with 2 axes. Okay, sick. Ranger, which is one of my favorite classes. Okay, so you're looking at archery rangery.
Yeah, either one could work.
Okay.
Because David doesn't care if we die if he's in the back.
No, that's right. He's in the back. Yeah, that's what matters.
The solution,
We're all
low on
survival,
HP.
guys.
Sure would be a shame
No.
if someone was 100 feet away doing stuff with a bow.
See, if he does his job, if your Hanzo does their job, it doesn't matter if you don't have a tank. If Hanzo just kills everyone, it's fine.
I'm also sure Matt's probably going to go for tank.
Okay, perfect. Then Matt will have all the hit points, plus some extra hit points just in case. Okay. Now, when you say range, do you want to do? I'm going to rattle off a bunch of things I think are technically all possible in Pathfinder. You can do bow. You can do crossbow. You can do. I think they have some form of moderately primitive gunpowder based like musket. Maybe confusing Pathfinder with World of Warcraft, I'm not sure.
Yeah, there are guns. Yeah, there is.
I'm pretty sure that is an option on the equipment tree if you want to do.
The Sheriff of True Now knows all about.
There are plenty of
about the
shooty
gunslinger.
things you can do in a variety of fashions.
Let's go bow. Let's go
Okay,
classic.
traditional.
Yeah.
You love to see it. Okay. So Ranger. Ranged Ranger. Okay. Are there any, just from, and I know there's some variances in Pathfinder. Are there any what am I looking for? Ancestries and backgrounds that stick out to you? Are you really into, like, you really dig elves or dwarves or giants?
We got fun animal people. I'm just saying.
We've got fun animal people coming out every
Left and right.
every direction.
I do enjoy a good animal person, but
Okay. What are the other animal person options?
I hope you're ready.
There's
There's a cat folk.
Okay.
There's a fetchling. There's
what is a fetchling? Is that a bird person or a dog? Like, is it dog, like fetchling, like dog fetchling?
That's where my mind went.
I can't imagine that's correct.
That's kind of where
but
my mind went too, but
I kind of dig it if it is. Come together and learn Pathfinder with us.
I got an idea for your ancestry for you. I even have a name for them that I think is perfect for us. It is actually a name I've used in the past, so I will.
That
will
means
say
it's not going to be good. Oh wait, okay. He put this in the Roll20 chat somewhere.
There's
I guess.
also
because I just
a
want to see
kitsune.
everybody's face. without
you
having
want
to say
the-
it.
Q-man. Oh yeah, Kitsune. If you want to be bird friend.
You also have lizard folk.
Okay.
I was
Ratfolk.
actually just looking at that. I think I might lean towards a lizard.
You would do lizard folk? All right.
Yes, come to the animal side.
Woo!
All right. New rule.
I hope you're ready for us to overthrow the group as we very cleanly divide animal folk.
think
versus-
I'm a
I think
big
that's
animal
just the
person.
whole group.
I'm a huge animal person.
Heck yeah.
Love animals.
The most standard race we have right now is a goblin.
No, there's an elf.
Oh,
say
okay,
Kim is an elf.
there's an elf.
I
All
feel
right.
like a sore thumb.
Kim, you're in charge.
You're
The animal.
You're the only person that anybody else we meet is going to want to talk to.
Yeah,
no,
we're
they
just-
will
Has a
literally
trail
want to
of
talk to me because of my
humanoid
magic breath.
animals.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
behind her.
Cameron does have that.
That's the magic breath.
Okay. Fascinating. Okay, let's look at lizard friend.
Or it could be the opposite. People are more interested in the animals, kind of like when you see a cute dog.
You ignore the owner and just go to the dog.
Yep.
Love it. Such as happens. Okay. Oh, I completely passed lizard folk somewhere in there. Okay. Let's go to the website actually, because there's a website for this. Yeah. Background. Oh, ancestries. There we go. Okay, if someone else can find it, read me some options for lizard folk in terms of kinds of lizard folk.
I'm trying to find the.
Oh, fetchlings are their version of I forget what they're called in 5e, but they're like shadow people.
I'm less excited about that now.
Yeah, 5e has a version of this. I forget what they're called. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's look at.
Okay, I found it. Lizard folk heritages. There's the cliff scale lizard folk, the frilled lizard folk, sand strider, unseen, wetlander, cloud leaper, and wood stalker.
I appreciate just how many options there are there. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I kind of like all of them.
Correct answer.
Let's go with.
If you want to do like a couple, I can read out like what they do, like what your actual benefits would be.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with that. That might help.
Okay. Are there any specific ones you'd like to hear?
Let's start with the cloud leaper.
Okay. Cloud leaper. Your body is light with flaps of skin along your limbs that catch the air that passes beneath you. As long as you can act and have enough room, you can open the flaps to slow any fall, just enough to avoid taking damage. Whether you have the room to do so depends on GM discretion.
Okay, interesting.
I'm a flying squirrel.
Yeah.
Essentially, yes. I dig that. Okay.
That could be useful.
What were some of the others, Cameron?
So cliff scale, your toes are adept in gripping and climbing. You gain the close or combat climber feat as a bonus feat. And as long as you aren't wearing footwear, you can use the sticky pads of your feet to climb, leaving your hands free.
It's very similar to
Additionally,
Emma's.
if you roll success on athletics check to climb, you get to a critical success instead. So you could like climb up using your feet and then still be able to shoot with your bow. Frilled is you can flare your neck frill and flex your
sick.
dorsal spines, demoralizing your foes. When you do, demoralize loses the auditory trait and gains the visual trait. And you don't take a penalty when attempting to demoralize a creature that can't understand your language.
The constant
You
ability to
also
flex
gain
on your
the-
enemies. Okay,
Yeah.
that's kind of sick.
I like that one too. Huh.
Okay, so what the cloud one basically, he just basically can slow fall.
Right.
Yeah.
That's sick. No, I like that.
Yeah. Then
I
cliff
feel like that
scale.
could be useful somewhere.
Yeah.
But then I
Yeah.
feel like cliff scale could be useful as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, and I think
Sand Strider gives you fire resistance.
that's interesting.
Do love a good fire resistance.
That's oddly relevant to the early part of this game for some reason. That's interesting.
Bum bum bum.
Spoilers.
Let's see. Unseen gives you a bonus to stealth.
Sneaky. Sure.
Wetland gives you a swim speed.
No.
Woodstalker is you can use a take cover action when in a forest or jungle terrain to gain cover.
Nice.
Even if it's not next to an obstacle, you could normally take cover behind.
Oh, you just like disappear. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool.
All right, so you want to do
All
you
right.
want to do Cloud Leaper?
Let's go. Yeah, let's make it interesting. Let's go Cloud.
Okay, we'll find a way to make that relevant. I dig it. Okay, Cloud Leaper. Okay, so now Matt's been forced to roll Q tank now. So hopefully that's okay. And if not, I have an alternative. That'll be fine. I have 2 alternatives. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so we'll do a lines and veils discussion. As we normally say on City on a Hill when we have a lines and veils discussion, some of this is relative because of the nature of how we us. That's not what I wanted. How we handle family friendly means a lot of this is sort of not going to happen anyway, but it always merits having this discussion just to kind of see where people are at on certain things. And for those unfamiliar, I'm going to give an awful explanation of this because it's just going to be off the top of my head. But essentially, when you have a lines and veils discussion, it's about like lines are things that you just do not want to happen in the game at all. Veils are things that you do not want to sort of see happen, like if they happen off screen. That's fine, but you don't want it to actually be, deeply explained. And then there's also an ask first category. So I mean, obviously things like, let's see, racism, slavery, torture, those things just aren't going to happen in City anyway. So you don't have to worry about those. But then you need to have discussions. As I learned today, eye injuries is on the list, which is not something I knew bothered me, but does in fact slightly bother me. Everything from snakes to spiders to even romance is technically merits some amount of discussion as you go. And apparently puns has been added to the list. Cameron, I see what you did. I like that.
Made my stance on puns well known, and you gave me a document where I could make them well known.
I don't know how you veil puns, but now I want to try. The puns happen off screen.
Just do have them all off screen.
It's the just assume puns happen.
You're making a skewed reference.
You can practice puns in your own on your own time.
in your own space that is not within earshot of Cameron. Love it. Okay. So is there anything I should ask? Is there anything not on the list that you guys want added to the list? And obviously we can make changes as we need to. And as we go and as we play, if something comes up and you realize, if something comes up that wasn't necessarily on the list and you realize it is a point of discomfort for you, just stop me and we will roll back and make adjustments. We have done it before. It is not a problem. There's a mechanic that we sort of half use here on City, and I need to find a way of like actually inserting it into Roll20, because I'm sure someone has to have made that a possibility. That is called the X card, which is basically in theory, if we were all sitting around a table, which would be preferred, but not necessarily possible because I think we're in at least 3 or 4 different time zones, and across probably 5 or 6 different states. But in theory, you can tap the X card and whatever's happening in that moment just stops. You don't have to discuss it. You don't have to explain. You just make adjustments and move on. So obviously, if we hit a point of discomfort for somebody, we can make adjustments and make things where everyone's comfortable, because that's necessary. That is how you should be playing at the table as much as possible. So we've got a document here. I see you guys have marked some things. I've marked some things. Interesting. Okay, noted. I won't go over it too deeply. If you guys have questions or anything you don't want to see and you want added, like Cameron did, and we'll make adjustments around. I may veil eye injuries for myself, and that's my own problem to deal with, because I'm the one who would in theory be causing them. So we'll maybe make that adjustment too. And yeah, anyone have any questions? I suppose I should ask before we go any further. And obviously the way Google Docs work, people have just marked things, and I don't know for the most part who marked them, and that's fine. That's sort of the point, is that it doesn't really matter. If it makes someone uncomfortable, we do it. And it looks like we have a handful of lines, handful of veils, and a couple of ask firsts. And we shall. Okay. All right. Well, then if no one has anything, and we can always come back to this later, we will rumble on to something I learned from Grant from Saving the Game. We're going to do, and I'll force Greg to go first to be a good example, and hopefully he's comfortable with that. One thing your character knows to be true about the game world, and this can be just literally anything. You can tell me that in a certain part of the world, the moon is always full because someone did that to me recently. It can be as simple as that, or it can be as complex as dinosaurs exist, which is not particularly complex, or it can be that there is no time travel, which is always a good thing to say, because it happens a lot. Or if you want there to be time travel, I will cram time travel in here somewhere. That is sort of how this functions. So, and I should loosely explain, I guess, both for the listener and for you guys. The premise of Kingmaker is that you are given a charter to a piece of land in a specific, largely uninhabited area, and at the request of a kingdom to go explore said land and start an outpost, start a small region, and then in theory you guys will, should you be successful, you'll be successful. You will in turn at some point become actually just straight up in charge of that area and form your own kingdom, which one of you will lead, all of you will lead. I don't think Congress is an option in the rule book, but we'll figure it out.
Can we be an autonomous collective?
Full in Narnia and have two,
just the board,
council of kings and queens.
Okay, that's also an option. Yes.
I vote to go with the autonomous collection, where we just kind of rotate who the ruler is at the time based upon making decisions.
See, I don't like
but
that.
All those
because
decisions
that's
have to be ratified at the bi-weekly meeting.
Right.
Exactly.
Because
who the heck elected him as king?
That's just like, all right, this week it's your problem. I don't like that. That's always a dangerous system of government. Something women handing swords out of bodies of water.
Good, you have seen it. I was going to say, is that
I've also just heard that reference made 1 billion times, but I think I have seen that.
It's likelihood enough that there are so many movies you haven't seen. It's usually better to assume you haven't seen it.
He's not wrong. Which one is that? Remind me.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I believe I have seen Holy Grail. Yes, I've seen 2 or 3 Monty Python movies. Yes, okay, I have seen Holy Grail.
There's
Thank
only
you. Coconuts.
4 or 5, and that's if you even count.
That's if you count the sketch movies.
Well, there's all the sketches, but I was going to say there are the movies, and there's one that's not technically Monty Python, but it's almost a sequel to Holy Grail, and it's Jabberwocky.
I have not seen. I think I've seen Holy Grail and Life of Bryan.
I saw them in the theaters.
I believe are the 2 I'm saying.
I honestly would say those are the only 2 you really have to see.
Yeah. And as we are a family-friendly podcast,
don't watch either one of them.
Yeah,
especially Life of Bryan.
Yeah, especially
Life of Bryan.
That was a long time ago, and I don't know that I recommend it. That's fair. Okay, so you guys are in some form or fashion going to be doing some exploring, doing some map making, and forming your own kingdom. Greg, tell me thing that Bootsy knows to be true about the world.
Do you want something really hard, or do you just want my go-to?
Give me really hard.
There is a portal somewhere on this planet.
Give me your go-to.
That when you look through it,
okay,
it looks down onto a table. And there are people sitting around the table, and they all have these papers with them and writing utensils and these little clickety-clack things, and they are overlooking a map of your life.
Fourth wall? What fourth wall? Okay.
Meta.
Okay. Well. Oh.
Gave me a chance to think about it.
I've figured out how I'm going to handle that. Good. Ben, what you got? And if you guys have questions about the game world before you make your decision, let me know, and I'll try and answer those as best I can.
Yeah, it was either going to be that or the cat thing again.
I figured it was going to be the cat thing again, yeah.
Now I want to know what the cat thing is.
Tell them what the cat thing is.
Just go back
Sure.
and listen to session 0
for
of
season 4. Yeah, we did the cat thing.
Yeah.
It's
Gotcha.
it's cat people.
Yeah, but they're little. They're miniature cat folk. They're only like 3
Fairy
feet
Tale?
tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're only like 3 feet tall.
Like Fairy Tale with the
It's in-
X seats.
It was like its entire race of Puss in Boots.
Aw.
Friend of mine and I actually
Except
just
I don't-
finished.
I don't know that I can do an Antonio Banderas accent.
There you go.
Can I?
Kim is one of the few people that have actually played a character from that race.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
And if someone else, because Ben is doing some soul searching. If anyone else has something they know they want to do, feel free to jump in.
Okay.
I got one.
So I'm really tempted to do a Honey Heist throwback into this, but I'm not going
Yes,
Aw,
love Honey Heist.
Why though?
do it.
Most
Most of the people from it are here.
I was
It's
like,
true.
this is the group to do this. There are 3 moons of 3 various sizes,
That's too many even for Star Wars.
and their rotations sync up to a full eclipse once every 37 years.
Which is conveniently this year.
Correct. Interesting. I am intrigued. Okay. Huh. All right, Cameron, what do you got?
Okay, so there is an ancient Knoll folk tale, fairy tale of a ring that if you were to find it, you would become all-knowing.
And I already know how I'm handling that. Okay.
Is it
Good.
just going to be buried like 2 inches under some light sand?
This,
Just
at
kinda
like
kick up when you're walking across.
no,
the
it's like
bottom of a pond
it's
somewhere.
it's buried directly under where you spawn in session 1. There's a
dig,
cavern.
Dig.
Okay. This just became Minecraft. That's not good. Or it's great, whichever. Your mileage may vary.
Diggy,
Whichever
diggy hole.
comes up.
Yes.
My character's game for that. I said my character's game for that.
For being Minecraft, I mean, I'm always game for that.
Unless you do change your ancestry to the other one I showed you.
Okay. Kim, Emma, or David? Who want
I
go
got one.
next?
I got one.
Okay, go for it.
Kirpley knows for a fact that there is a legend amongst her people of a mysterious man who travels in a box that comes and visits her people every once in a while.
Sorry, who travels what?
A
In a box.
mysterious man
Yeah.
who travels in a box.
She did say in a
Some-
box. Okay.
in a
Yeah.
box.
The
Some
box
say
might be
it's
blue. No one knows.
Hold on,
really.
hold on. Is
Oh,
the box
okay.
on a fox?
Maybe.
That's
It's- The
outrageous.
details are unclear because
Okay.
he hasn't stopped by in a while. But
And he
it is
also
in fact a
helped steer-
legend, but whether or not the legend is true is up in the air.
We're going to see how thin my knowledge is on this. Does he like scarves?
Yes.
Okay.
He might.
Depends.
At one
Only
point in
about
time.
Only about a 13th of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, me
Okay.
like bow
Only about a
ties.
13th of the time.
And
Another 13th of the time he likes fezzes, but he tends to have outrageous outfits.
It's
and
not
for a
gonna be
couple
the
years, he
Fez
was a
one.
woman,
I don't like the Fez one. Yes, occasionally it is a woman. That's true.
but never, ever a ginger.
Never a ginger.
But he wants to
He's
be a
never a
ginger.
ginger.
Yeah,
He's always
that's-
wanted to be a ginger, though.
Never
Yeah.
has been.
Okay.
Big desire of his.
Big.
Okay, we're going to have to. All right.
Oh, on a completely side note, have you seen the promotional image of
Yes.
him from the 60s?
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Excited.
new one? You haven't.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
I have an idea, but that's awful. Okay, good. Kim or David? And this is one thing. This is one thing your character knows to be true about this game world, and it can be. Well, you've seen what it can be. It can be any number of things.
Well, Finn believes that I'm sorry. Like Finn believes that there's importance in the details and there's you know, what am I trying to say, Greg?
I don't know. The details don't seem to be very important, though.
Yeah, I guess not.
Okay, I can make that work. Importance.
What I meant to say is that there's hidden gems all around. You just have to look for them.
Okay.
They're right next to the ring.
Yeah.
Sometimes you find them in the grass if you decide to chop up the grass with your sword.
Or on
Other
one
times you have to
specific
break a
Sunday
pot.
in April. Yes.
Yeah. Other times if you just go around smashing pots.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Him and I
And
might be changing ancestry, by the way.
I'm good.
Flipping through some other ancestries.
okay, just let me know.
Yeah.
David, what you got, man?
I'm thinking.
You've seen just how varied this can be.
I've seen. That's I think that's the hard part, though. There's so many.
That's true. There is an infinite number of possibilities.
Yeah.
Much like going to Sonic.
Basically, anything you've ever wanted to have in a game, this is your point. Put it in a game.
Yeah.
I know, that's what. There's so much.
Okay, Ben, do me a favor. While David is pondering, name me a moon.
Oh.
Any name you give a moon, you have to spell. Just so you know.
Famous Star Wars movie.
The small
Death
one.
Star.
The small one is a little reddish hue,
Okay.
and that's Sharlaya.
Spell.
SHRLAIEGH.
Okay. Reddish. All right. Greg, name me a medium-sized moon.
Dexter.
Spell.
I will. I'm putting it in a chat for you.
Thank you.
That sounds like mine.
Okay,
It was
I think I got
it was me running through things that sounded like Death Star in my head, and that's what came up.
Detsker. Sounds like Beskar.
Beskar.
I finished The Mandalorian last night. Okay.
I did
So
not.
good.
So no spoilers.
No spoilers. I didn't enjoy the last 2 minutes, but the rest of it was great.
I will say, I cried.
And that's reasonable.
I've heard that from.
That's
Now,
reasonable.
Was the cry because you were happy or cry because you're sad?
It was so cute, happy.
Oh, okay. That's
That's
right,
fair. That's fair.
That's the right tier.
What color is Detsker?
Green.
Green? Okay.
Let's go turquoise.
Ooh, correct answer.
Ooh.
Correct answer. I realized I don't know how to spell. I got it right. Okay. I didn't get it right. Dag nabbit. Okay. How do you spell? Oh.
Turquoise.
Turquoise. My apologies. Okay.
Turquoise.
Got it wrong.
Arquat?
Never. Okay, David, hit me with that one thing.
All right. There's a
I should've did
legend
my thing.
among our people, the lizard folk, that if you find a particular piece of jewelry, you can become a dragon.
Ooh.
I super believe in you, Tad Cooper.
Become a dragon. Interesting.
Fire breathing and all.
Okay, what kind of jewelry?
Let's go with a necklace.
Okay.
Since Cameron already took the ring.
There can only be one ring.
Yeah.
That's legally accurate. Okay.
Unless you're giving a bunch of other rings to the other races.
Yeah, but then there's only one ring that can rule them all.
Or
and
seven
that
rings,
one-
and then we summon Captain Planet. One or the other. Is it
Or
seven?
if you
Did I
only
make
want to
that
go,
up?
or if you only want to go 2 rings, you just got to give them to a couple of twins.
Right. Wait, is
Wait.
Captain Planet 7 rings or 6?
The 5 elemental rings and then 2 twin rings.
Or those?
Captain Planet was 5.
Was it 5? Okay. 4
Yeah.
rings and then heart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only remember heart. Okay. Earth,
Yeah,
fire,
'cause
wind,
remember it had
water,
the
heart.
fifth
Okay.
element? The 5th element?
Is heart?
Humanity.
Oh. is the friends we made along the way. Okay.
Or the weird alien clone chick you met.
Worth that. Emma, name a moon. A big moon.
Tarzan.
Okay. Sure. Kim, what color is Tarzan?
Orange.
That feels correct.
Red
to me.
orange.
Red orange.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say within the
Tarzan-
Null community, we refuse to call it Tarzan and we call it the Big Chunk. This is a long contested conflict between my people and Emma's people.
Big.
Tarzan should also have its own much smaller moon named George that is completely covered in jungles.
It's on the far side, so you never see it.
Right.
It's in the shadow of Tarzan.
Watch out for that
So
tree.
it's kind of veiled.
It keeps bumping into Tarzan and bouncing off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Cameron is trying to say it's been veiled.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Such as is necessary at times. That's an underrated movie.
It is a very good movie. We actually
Oh,
recently rewatched it, and it is really good.
Tarzan or George of the Jungle?
George of the Jungle.
Well, actually, both. To be fair, I really actually do love the animated Tarzan, because it was like half Disney movie, half Tony Hawk commercial,
Yep.
and that's always a good
Pretty
thing.
much.
So
The
And
soundtrack's
all Phil
amazing.
Collins.
yes, and also Phil
The
Collins,
soundtrack was, yeah.
which
Mhm.
is a correct answer at all times. So now we got like
And the
9
subsequent
moons
TV show.
somehow. Yes, that's true. Wait, there was a.
It was a
there
TV
was a
series.
TV series, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, when he's little.
Hmm.
Yeah. Huh. I forgot about that. Okay. Now that we have established what your character knows to be true, we need to establish one thing and get out of. Oh, okay. Well, I need you guys to each tell me one thing you want to add to the game. This is not a character thing. This is a you thing. What is something you want to see in game? Like something, and this can kind of vary, like mechanically you want to see, or mechanically you very much don't want to see. Or it can be a story element of some kind, anything along those lines. And once again, as my failsafe, I'll make Greg go first, hopefully if he's willing. Greg, tell me one thing you want to see in Take Game.
We tend to play like very like monotheistic characters on purpose, and
Sure.
that shall continue, but we don't tend to do a lot with it.
Okay,
Sometimes some players like
make references.
make references, but like we don't really do anything specific. It's kind of like, I'm a good person, so I'm going to spend the entire night mending a city.
Look, just
That's
call
one
Peter
thing.
out. If you're going to call Peter out by name, okay? We love Peter for
We do, we love
exactly
Peter.
those reasons and many more.
The previously mentioned cricket character was actually in a game that Peter did.
I thought I had heard about that at some point. Okay.
It was on save. It was talked
He was
about
talking,
on
yeah,
saving
I
the
thought
game.
they talked about that on
It
Saving
was
the Game.
also one of the first things Greg told me after we met. Like it's like literally one of the
Perfection.
first things that I knew about Greg. Like when we met in person, which admittedly was at a con, so we were talking about geeky things.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
But
no,
like it was one of the first things that I learned about him.
Love
that
it.
was one of the strangest cons I have ever been to.
Which con is
You are
this?
correct. It was like a really
Every-
small one in Dallas.
Oh.
Not only that, this was like the weekend COVID was getting bad. So like
Oh.
anytime an announcement was made, the assumption was it's going to close.
Okay.
This was March of 2020.
Yeah, it was like the first weekend of March 2020. And it was at the point where no one really
St.
knew what was going
Patrick's
to
Day
happen. And so people were like, there was somebody that was dressed up as like worthy Captain America, and they were chasing their son who was dressed up as COVID around the con.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Like it was the
no.
point when we
boy.
were still like making jokes because we did not
Right, yeah,
understand
yeah.
how the seriousness of the situation.
Everything was just awkward beer references, and no one called it COVID. Everyone called it Corona.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was a
This
time.
was
When,
very
when my
odd.
mother went home because she's a teacher, they went home for spring break and she said, "This won't last long, will it?" And I'm like, "You'll be back in like 2 weeks. It's fine." Wow. I was wrong.
Yeah, what were your experiences with that as a teacher? Because
That's a discussion for another day.
That's a podcast on
That
its
would go
own.
on forever.
Yeah, my wife's a teacher.
That was
Oh,
a
man.
process, man.
She
Oof.
went through it.
Yeah. No one was
Still
ready.
recovering from it, actually.
Agreed. Big agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, so Greg, you want to see us do more with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I can make that work. Ben, you have anything in particular that you find inspiring to add?
Mechanically, no.
Okay. And this doesn't have to be mechanical. This can be. It
I
doesn't
was
have to be
gonna-
that kind of thing.
I was gonna throw something ridiculous in here for fun.
Okay. Fight me.
What is this country world called? Like D&D has like Faerun. Do we have a name for like
the actual
Broad-
like the
the
plane?
setting?
Broadly, the world of Pathfinder is Galarian.
Yes. Oh, he's
Okay.
smiling. That's not good. Okay.
So there is an annual competition that is held among all of the tribes or all of the kingdoms once a year that is referred to as Galarian's Got Talent.
I'm mad. Okay. Huh. Okay, I can make that
will
work.
they have their own magic dragon come out?
2 out of 10. You can do better than that.
It's not called Galarian Vision.
Galera Vision?
Galera Vision.
That's what they.
Okay,
That's what they
right.
call. That's what they call the
Vision,
version they do on
a
the other side of the
vision.
plane.
There
That's
you
the-
go.
that's- yeah.
Is Galera Vision.
Ryan,
That's the
remind me
mage
to-
only.
Yeah.
Remind me to send you Piff the Magic Dragon videos.
I'm not sure I want that, but okay. I'm intrigued.
He is a dragon who does
Oh.
magic.
Okay.
His name is Piff. You've probably heard of his older brother,
Puff.
Steve.
Oh, Steve the Magic Dragon.
He's an accountant.
Oh, okay, I respect that. Cameron, you got anything to go alongside? Yeah, or not alongside.
I was actually thinking something along the lines of a festival, and so I'm gonna pivot to something else.
Okay,
Since Ben did something,
we'll
kind of
call it a
along the same
con
lines.
instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to see us do. I'm going to put this kind of broadly for you. Some sort
you.
of mini game that we can do inspired by like a sport or some sort of like activity like that. And so, and this is kind of taking this, I'm DMing Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos for, which is based on the Magic set.
Yeah.
And they have a game called Silk Ball, which is basically like fantasy dodgeball.
Oh, sick. Okay.
And so that's kind of where I'm getting my inspiration. But yeah, I
Okay.
would like us to find, as we establish this new territory, I would like us to create some sort of like national game as part of this territory that we would compete in.
Okay. It's just that I live near a college campus. It's just the thing that the college kids do that's like Foursquare, but with a trampoline in the middle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort
What
of
is
like
that called?
completely outrageous. I don't know the trampoline one. I don't.
It's there's like a
Oh.
trampoline.
Broken leg.
There's like a little trampoline.
I know what you're talking about.
And you
Oh,
bounce spike ball.
It's
Yeah, there you
spike
go.
ball.
Yeah. They
which is not at all like Foursquare. You're playing Foursquare one.
not Foursquare. What am I thinking of? Yes, that's true. I am. I only played the Foursquare like literally once. What is that game called? Okay, but yeah. Emma's right. Yeah, spike ball. Yes.
Yeah.
It's just super competitive and very very popular. Okay, all right. Okay, we can make. Oh, okay. I've got an idea. Interesting. Emma, David, or Kim?
I mean, the idea I have was my number 2 for one thing they know is true.
Okay,
Does that count?
sure.
In this world of domesticated dogs, small dogs do not exist.
Oh, Okay.
It is only dogs weighing 35 plus pounds.
I
So it's not
approve
that there are
this.
not like non-sentient dogs. There's just only medium and large dogs.
There are no purse dogs.
There
I
are no
approve.
purse dogs.
I approve
Okay.
of this wholeheartedly.
I love this.
I need
As a
to.
person who despises purse dogs,
No
Oh,
I am
chihuahuas.
outlining them.
Okay,
So,
what's an example?
Taco
of-
Bell?
So, like, at minimum, we're talking like your
Like
smallest
herding
dog
dog.
is like a greyhound.
Yeah.
Okay.
But greyhounds.
Or, well, like by weight. Okay, like Australian Shepherd is like the minimum,
Yeah.
or like
That
Bulldog
also-
or something.
Yeah.
Also, since there are no dogs that are under 35 pounds, are all dogs instantly born at 35 pounds?
No,
and
no,
either
no, no.
stay the same
Well,
size or
It's
no,
continue to
Pokemon
get bigger?
logic.
Yes,
yeah,
Pokemon.
the whale hatches out of the egg at like the size of a whale. Yes.
But only at the weight of like a hot air balloon.
right.
Science, it's relative. It's fine.
And
No small dog breeds.
No small dog breeds. Okay. No small dog,
Okay.
only big doge.
I was
Good.
also going to
Yes.
say, what
Okay.
if the dog is made of lead? It would still be very tiny, but very heavy.
It's only a weight issue, not a. Okay, no, that's not how we're doing that. All right, good, love it. All right, Kim or David, what y'all got?
Can rocks be a form of currency?
Like shiny rocks, or just like in general rocks?
That's a good question.
Do
Okay,
you need to check
so,
my collection?
Well,
like
I say
regular
shiny
rocks,
are
are
already-
like pennies, and then the shinier they are, the more value they have.
Okay, interesting.
I like this. I
So
like this a
instead
lot.
of gold, silver, and electrum, it's what's the shine of the rock?
So instead of copper, it's pebbles. Instead of, I feel like this is gonna be difficult for you guys to carry, but all right, we'll make it work.
I mean, they can still be shaped into coins.
Yeah.
They're just pretty
Okay.
rocks instead of
Yeah. Do you need to
metal.
grab my coin collection and we can my rock collection so we can show off the different types of
Different-
rocks? And
I don't have
a
mine
collection
anymore.
This
I
is
still
a
have-
podcast, not a YouTube video, Greg.
I know.
I also like how this is
That's
100%
never-
right up the alley of what Kim recommended or wants for her character, with
Yes.
them being interested in geology.
And
This
this
is
not
what-
being a video podcast has never stopped us from doing things like this before, unfortunately.
I show stuff to the camera all the time and
does.
don't mention a word. I
Yep.
just let it go.
Mhm.
And I
It's a
just
Greg
watch
thing.
your expressions.
It's true, he does. Okay, interesting.
So if you ever hear people laughing randomly, it's because I've done something stupid.
In my head, it's like going to an arcade where they give you tokens that have like ostensibly no value, but are the
Yeah.
only thing that has any value in that building.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I like
you
it.
get it.
All
And
right,
they can
I'm
be
down with
won
that.
at our sporting event.
Yes.
Yeah. We can
Yeah.
just like
That's how the prizes are divvied out: is rocks
Yeah.
with forced value. Because shiny.
exactly.
Okay, look, because shiny is never a bad answer. I'm not opposed to that. All right, David. Again, you've seen the variety of options. Some serious, some not so serious. All on a list. What do you got?
I was thinking about travel.
Okay.
I was leaning towards something travel related. So I'm thinking,
That has lots of options, and I'm intrigued by it.
yeah, actually, I was actually thinking you can only fast travel underground.
I mean, it works
Like,
in
and then,
Pokemon.
like, we can't miss the left at Albuquerque.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That actually seems expressly very necessary. Interesting. And there will be, I should note, this is a system, Kingmaker is a system based on exploration. So at some point you guys will get a hex map, and part of the expectation is that you will go hex to hex and explore the land that could be, or technically possibly currently is, yours. But there's an expectation that that takes a certain amount of time. So that sort of fits with David's premise there. Interesting. Okay.
Thinking ahead.
I don't know what that means, but I added something that's only going to cause me problems to that sentence. That's good. All right. So we have a collection of things I'm gonna have to figure out, but that's, you know, sort of normal for us, frankly. Anyone have any questions about Pathfinder or Kingmaker or why puns or any of the? I know Cameron has questions about why puns,
Yeah,
but
I have a lot
besides
of
that
questions about why
question,
puns.
and it's a very fair question.
Why is Gamora?
Do you want better? Where is Gamora? Why is Gamora? If I stand very still, they cannot see me. I didn't expect him to be a good actor, and he's an absolute treasure in that role.
That is.
In almost every movie he's in, he's fantastic.
Yeah,
I haven't
Knives
seen him in
Out
a
too.
movie where he isn't fantastic.
He-
I
he-
think there's like one where he plays like a bodyguard to like a little girl or something, and
Yep.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't either.
Oh,
but I
he's
want to.
fantastic.
Yeah,
He's absolutely fantastic in that one.
Okay.
there are professional wrestlers like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson who you expect to be good at things like that. And then there are professional wrestlers like Dave Bautista, who I did not expect to be good at that, and it worked out pretty well.
The thing I saw recently is that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is hired to play one character, and that is himself. Every role he has is
That is true.
basically him just playing himself, which
How
isn't a
many-
bad thing.
No, it
It's-
works for him.
It's just when you need that kind of character, you hire The Rock.
Boy, do
because
I
he's
have
good at
someone
it.
for you.
I'm
Yeah.
going to describe The Rock in a movie, and I want you to tell me what movie it is. The Rock is playing a character who is in a jungle, wearing a kind of off-white sweaty shirt and some kind of tan greenish pants.
I've got at least
Jumanji.
2 movies off the top of my head.
7.
It's not the Tooth Fairy. I know it's not the Tooth Fairy.
I'm going with the rundown.
Fast
There's one.
Fast 10. Wait, is that one out yet?
No,
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one that's still coming. Okay, I get my Fast movies confused.
that's the one
except for
that's
two.
coming out soon.
But he's not in that.
Two's the easy one because it's
Yeah,
the one
two-
in Japan.
He's not in the first few of them, and 2's the one that's the last chronologically.
That's very upsetting to me.
No
Yeah.
spoilers.
I now
There's a
understand something.
character-
I understand something the way Cameron
No.
hates puns now.
Actually,
Good.
nine comes after Tokyo because it disproves Tokyo.
Well, because
Well,
there's
that's
the
just
character
rude.
there's a character that dies in Tokyo that's in like almost all the other ones.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no,
That's
but
what I mean.
that's
Watch-
it's not
gotta
chronological
watch
for that
9.
reason. They bring him back.
Yeah,
Is my understanding.
he didn't actually die. It was
Yeah.
all a setup.
It was all a.
All a ruse.
It was like an episode of Leverage.
Ah,
So
It all
was
works
like
out in the end because it
Agatha all
has to. So yes, that's the plan. Okay. Then if no one has any questions, this is, and I should note this for the audience. This is not taking the place of our primary game. We will still be doing the variety of things we are doing for the primary campaign, like Grant's Impulse Drive game and Coyote and Crow when we get to it, and whatever other wow, I stopped speaking there for a second. That was good. Whatever other thing we come up with, this is just, we've never run 2 campaigns at the same time, and now we're going to, because I don't like editing, so why not do more of it? Seems to be the accurate approach to handling this.
And
Uh,
those of us
Bill-
who are in both of them or multiples of them, it's not like we have free time at all.
No, it's fine. Yeah. We're all
What's that?
adults with plenty of free time. That's how being an adult works.
this
I've
game
come
is
to
why
find
I'm
out.
not in Impulse Drive.
That's fair. Ben and I are in both.
Yes,
It'll be fine.
but Ben's also only a player in both.
That's true.
Not regretting those choices at all anymore.
No, it's fine. It'll be okay. I believe
Until
in
we
us.
do Crash Pandas, and then
Right.
Yes. More Honey Heist. Coming to a podcast near you, hopefully. Because Honey Heist is great if you haven't played it or heard it played. It's awesome. Okay, so, and what we'll do to wrap up now, we'll go around the table, because a great many of you can be found other places on the internet. Links in the description, but you should tell the people who are listening about those other places you are on the internet, because they're good places on the internet. They could also be, but may or may not be currently, but should be. Cameron, tell me about places on the internet.
So you can find me personally around the internet as Humar Whittle. which is a reference to Phantasy Star Online. Shout out
Wow.
to-
I didn't
shout
know
out.
that, but now I do. Okay,
Um,
good.
Yeah, GameCube.
Nice.
This was on the Dreamcast first, but I played it on GameCube. And then you can find me every Monday night at 6:45 Mountain Time at First Geek 411 on Twitch. And then you can find me most weekday mornings and most Sunday afternoons on twitch.tv/Cameron plus Deanna, playing video games, board games, and all of that. So
Coincidentally, where could I maybe find an Emma on the internet?
You can find an Emma at personal pages at I am not prepared, where the prepared has an I in the middle of it. It's paired as in paired together rather than unprepared or whatever, because it was a spelling mistake, and it was a spelling mistake that was turned into a pun,
Now it's a
much to
now it's
Cameron's
lore.
chagrin.
Perfect.
And then also on Monday nights, you can find me on Twitch at First Geek 411 at
whoa, crazy.
what is 5:45 my time, because I am on Pacific time.
Oofta. Okay. And
It's
also
7:45 my time. So
also
Yeah.
wherever
We
wherever
just, like, do the
podcasts are
middle.
consumed.
Yeah, split the difference. So that is where I am. And the rest of the time, I am a busy grad student. Yay!
Fair. Where might one perhaps find a bin? Or one looking for a bin?
Pretty much here.
Mostly
I-
here,
I-
yes.
I currently do not have a significant online presence.
Mood. Mood. Fair. Okay. Where could one find a Greg?
Currently, not very many places. I am reorganizing my online presence and figuring out all the different things that I do online and trying to condense.
Fair. Where mayhaps could one acquire more Kim?
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram under Artsy Adventurer.
Love it. 1, 2, that's and David. Where can one find a unique DNA, perhaps?
Unique DNA on pretty much all social media platforms. Also, Geek Nation, the original Geek podcast, Dads Who Like Anime podcast, Chaotic Theory Photography, because I am a photographer.
Okay, sick.
And every once in a while, you catch me on a Daily Nerd Devo.
Also sick. Okay. And you can also find Matt, who is our 7th player on the Geek Nation podcast.
Yes.
Because that is primarily you too, correct?
Yes. So he and I started the original Geek podcast, also known as the Geek Nation podcast, Geek Nation community on Facebook. And then we also do Dads Who Like Anime, which is right now on hiatus because one of our co-hosts just had a baby.
I was going to say stopped watching anime. No, better reason. He kind of stopped watching anime because of the baby, but fair.
He's
Valid.
still watching anime.
And the Geek Nation Facebook group where I learn about the Detroit Lions football team.
Yeah, go Lions.
Because hey, look, I'm glad someone likes the Lions. That's good. I'm semi a Titans fan, and I understand the struggle. I understand a fraction of the struggle. Lions fans are a tough breed, man.
We got to be.
I respect that. Shout out to the Matthew Stafford years, I guess. Okay. So, and for more of us, cityonthehillgaming.com, patreon.com/cityonthehillgaming, at City on the Hill Game on Twitter, or cityonthehillgaming at gmail.com for all of our nonsense, much to Cameron's chagrin. And more.
Hey, I am pro nonsense.
Just you're
I'm
pro
just
nonsense,
anti-pun.
anti-pun. Okay.
Yeah.
Cameron for president 2024. I can't vote for him. He's anti-pun. Dag nabbit. It's a bad platform. It's okay. It's not his fault. So check this out. This will be alongside the regular campaign and all of our other nonsense. I've made requests of other people for more nonsense, so hopefully more nonsense to follow. Of a space variety. More nonsense coming to a pair of headphones near you. So, for session 0 of City on a Hill Gaming's Kingmaker campaign in Pathfinder 2e, I'm Ryan, joined by Cameron.
Hi.
Yeah, no, that's what I was looking for. I didn't explain it. This is the outro. I should have clarified that. That's on me. David.
It's like, yes.
See you in the next one.
Greg.
See you all again, and just don't forget, this world is made of love and peace.
Accurate. Daily Nerd Devo reference there. Thank you, sir. Kim.
And anime.
And anime, that's true. Emma.
Drink some water.
I mean, look, important.
Important.
And Ben.
Share the love.
Always. So until next time, have a blessed day. Thanks for listening to City on a Hill Gaming. If you'd like to hear more episodes, find us online at cityonahillgaming.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at cityonahillgame, on Instagram at cityonahillgaming. You can also find us on YouTube or Twitch by searching for City on a Hill Gaming. If you'd like to send us an email, you can find us at cityonahillgaming@gmail.com. If you want to hear more from the Saving the Game folks, find them at stgcast.org for their backlog of episodes. And we're also on Patreon. You can find us at patreon.com/cityonahillgaming. Thanks as always to all of our Patreon backers, Grizzly Rich, JD, Bryan, Sir Lord Epicname, Andrew and Christina, and Tony. Thank you guys for all you do to support the show. We love you, and we appreciate all of your help. Thank you for listening, and have a blessed day. Prepare something for sound check. It is encouraged, but not. I'm concerned. It's encouraged, but not required by any means. Sound check can be as simple as sound check, and I promise I actually look at the levels. I don't actually look at the levels. I need to look at the levels to be fair. And if there are no objections, we used to do this years ago, and by years ago I mean like the first season of the podcast. We would pray before we started. And we have not done it consistently since then, and I'd like to start doing that again. So if there's no objections, we'll actually do that as soon as Ben comes back, I guess, because Chaos Goblin disappeared. Can you for tonight? Can you switch it to? Can you switch it to Ben for tonight? So a few of them don't know you, and it just says Chaos Goblin.
I think that's an awesome name. I'm here.
Where can I change it?
I have no idea how to change it, to be fair.
What?
If you hover over your picture,
Great
there's
name,
3
guys.
dots.
Check mic check is more
okay.
than just a mic check. It's also just fun.
That's fair. Okay. I kind of wish that was the character's name now.
Chaos Goblin.
You know,
Well,
do you
you're
think
gonna
that
love
they
this.
became a Chaos Goblin because their name was Chaos Goblin? Is this like the Victor Von Doom principle?
Or it's like the
They did not make the
skeleton
choice.
archer. It's like name skeleton archer, job skeleton archer.
Ryan, you're gonna hate this, but he rarely goes by the same name twice.
I kind of love that, actually.
That's how much chaos there is.
Is that because he forgets his name,
He
or is
doesn't
it
know.
an actual choice?
He doesn't know.
No
You know,
judgments.
the rules were kind of unclear.
They are what they are.
That's true. I respect that. Okay, I'm kind of here for that, actually.
Any variation of the name is acceptable.
That's going to lead to good titles in the long run for episodes, and that's all I really care about. So that should
I
be
do it
good.
for you.
I appreciate that, Ben. I know you care. It's how I know you care. That's my love language is podcast titles, I guess. It's the love language no one talks about. Okay, so we'll pray real quick and then we'll get going. And I already started recording for some reason. Okay, that's fine. Lord, we thank you for this day and all your many blessings, for bringing us together here for... Look, it's just nonsense. It's frankly nonsense, but that's fine. That's what we're here for. Help us as we record tonight and as we go forward with this new campaign. Let us have a good time and do this the best way we can and the family-friendliest way we can, because that's what we do here. Protect us, keep us safe, help us as we go through our week, and we thank you. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so we'll do sound check, and then I'll do an intro, and then we'll make up stuff. Oh, that's what we do here. We make up stuff. Huh. I never
We're
said
a
it like that
nonsense
before.
factory.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. Okay, so we'll do sound check. Greg, sound check sounds. Check all the sounds.
Yes, I've always talked. I'm a talking horse, the only one there is. Half the battle in coming up with a new superhero is finding a way to make the costume crime fighter stand out from the legions of superhero types competing for a kid's dime, or these days $4. Well, standing out was no problem for Speed Centaur, because he was exactly what his name advertises, a crime-fighting centaur.
There's
Born
pictures.
in a mysterious city somewhere in the Arctic Circle, Speed is the sole survivor of a catastrophic earthquake that destroys his homeland and all of his people, found orphaned and wandering around by a kindly human trapper. The young creature is educated, trained, and raised to hate evil and crime. On his deathbed, the trapper gives Speed his mission to clean up the nearby urban center dubbed the City of Rackets.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a lot it's from the book. Okay. He has 17 comic appearances? Huh. Okay.
Yes, as you can
Coming
tell,
to
I
an
have,
MCU near you.
I guess.
at least it wasn't Professor Eyeball this time.
Thank you. I hate Professor Eyeball. In theaters 2025. Okay, Cameron.
Hey, there are some good superheroes in here.
That's fair.
Marchesa, the Black Rose.
Oh, yeah, there it
1,
is.
blue, black, red. Legendary creature, human wizard. She's a 3/3. Dethrone. Whenever this creature attacks the player with the most life or tied for the most life, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Other creatures you control have dethrone. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, return it to that card to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next instep. Queen Marchesa.
Long may she
1,
reign.
red, white, black. Legendary creature, human assassin. Death touch, haste. When Queen Marchesa enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent is the monarch, put a 1/1 black assassin creature token with Death touch and haste onto the battlefield. Invasion of Fiora. It's sideways, so I can't read it on here. Marchesa, the Black Rose. Marchesa, Resolute Monarch. Legendary creature, human noble. Menace, Death touch. She's a 3/6. When Marchesa, Resolute Monarch attacks, remove all counters from up to 1 target permanent. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you haven't been dealt damage since your last turn, you draw a card and you lose 1 life.
I was gonna go try and find my copy, and now I don't know which deck box she's in. And I'm sad. Okay, Ben.
I apologize for the laughter. Kim did something.
That was
very
my bad.
She did something very, very regrettable.
I didn't expect it to actually like taste like
Cheetos lip balm?
Cheetos, but it does.
Does it
And
taste like
was kinda
Cheetos?
disgusting.
No, that's
Yeah,
not
it does.
regrettable at all. That's amazing.
That
That is
sounds terrible.
fantastic.
That's a
Question
feature.
Is it actually hot?
Not
No.
really.
It's just
That's
like
disappointing.
Cheetos.
It fits in a little keychain.
Wow.
I hate it. Okay, good. Perfect. Ben, your
I
turn.
do too.
Whew.
Oh, I
You prefer
apologize.
your
I'm
cup-
like, oh, chapstick.
You prefer your cup noodle chapstick, don't
do.
you?
Good
Oh,
job.
why? Oh, that's just
It doesn't taste
awful.
like a cup of noodles, but it looks like a little cup. It's really
As long
cute.
as it doesn't taste like them, then it's okay. Okay, Ben, go for it.
Okay, so I failed Ryan you tonight. I have nothing prepared,
That's fine.
nothing funny, nothing quippy. There's just this. That was it.
I'm proud of you.
That
That was
was-
excellent.
This was that.
Was chapstick discussion Kim's sound check, or does Kim have a separate sound check?
She has a separate one.
Okay.
I was gonna read
Your turn.
the
Do it.
spicy ketchup. But
Okay, go
I
for
think
it.
I'm good.
You can
Okay.
read the
Read the
ingredients.
ketchup if you want to read the ketchup.
All
It's
right.
not the first ingredient list we've had on Soundcheck.
Whataburger spicy ketchup with jalapeno. Ingredients: ketchup, tomato concentrate, tomato paste, water, and so on and so forth.
Wait, hold on. Ketchup is
Let's-
not an ingredient in ketchup. I object to their packaging.
Because ketchup is
Wait,
what you
wait.
make out of the ingredients. You don't
Oh,
add
okay. I thought it
ketchup
was
to
saying
more ketchup.
I thought it was
Ryan.
saying ketchup was the first ingredient in spicy
Well, the
ketchup, and
first
I'm like,
ingredient
look,
is
Yes.
ketchup,
Okay.
and then the following ingredients are the makeup of the ketchup, because there are other
Okay.
ingredients of the jalapeno puree, which
is
also has ingredients,
separate from the
which is
ketchup.
not just jalapeno.
Wow.
I have
I'm
a lot of
learning a lot
concerns.
today.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
what we
my
do here at
favorite
Soundcheck.
ketchup.
We're an educational podcast.
There you
Emma, what you got, ma'am?
Okay. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway. Because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Yellow,
Because
black,
bees can't read.
yellow, black, yellow, black. oh, black and yellow. Let's shake it up a little bit. That's all I've got.
I love it.
Because I don't feel like reading the rest of the B movie script for you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
how
I learned some.
I'm
interesting
curious how
facts
fast we get a
today, too.
copyright strike for that. Huh.
Probably
That's
not
also
as
why I
fast as
did
me.
not continue any further.
I'm intrigued. We could do like an audiobook of the B movie.
Remind me off mic to tell you some
Okay.
really interesting bee things I learned on the radio today.
I'm ready.
On the
Bees are
Okay.
awesome. I like
All right.
bees.
NPR.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I like that I just accepted that like that was just perfectly normal. Okay.
You're in radio, Ryan. You know these
We
things.
don't talk about do we talk about bees? I don't know what my, I
Think
don't
about
know what,
it.
I've sparked
Actually-
an entire concept.
I don't know what the afternoon
Because
show guy
of
does.
All of your time
Everyone talks
going,
about bees.
That's true.
because of all your time going to county meetings. Some of these bee facts, some of this bee information might actually be really useful for the county meetings because it's ways to increase bee populations in urban areas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We also have
And
a
you can
farmer's
train the
market that probably be
bees.
good for that.
Rooftop gardens that help increase
Ooh.
pollinators, especially bees, and can increase the types of honey and nectars produced by the bees because you can get a greater range of types of pollination plants than you can in a suburban area. Suburban areas are actually the worst for bees because they have the least amount of pollination plants than rural or or urban areas.
Hmm.
I guess
Well,
we
that's
were
my
getting
cut
learn
car
off
that
the
is
something.
mic.
right-
Huh.
that's yellow right now.
All right,
Covered in
David,
pollen.
you got a sound check for me, sir.
I don't have anything prepared either.
I didn't warn anybody, so this is what happens. But we learn things, and that's what matters.
I
Yeah.
would just say that I learned a lot tonight, and
That's
it's only been what 30 minutes.
yeah, that's what we offer here. It's I consider it a side effect, but it's like a positive side effect.